These are the three major factors and three major principles of any knowledge-based business. Any one of you can make money from what you know, what you can do, and the experience that you have. Any one of you can monetize your account without waiting on YouTube or TikTok. Today, I am going to teach you the three factors that you need to understand in any business marketplace. Now, here we have the major factors that you need to appreciate, how they work together. And this side, we have the principles. The principles. If you're going to play in any marketplace, if you're going to play in any society or economy, you need to understand the setup. Because when you do not understand the setup, you'll be a victim of circumstances. And then you continue complaining about how things are going, how people are. You just didn't understand the setup and you didn't play according to the rules. Let me teach you three things that you need to turn your attempted business into a successful venture. You need to appreciate that there are three major factors. Number one, time. Number two, value. And number three, money. These are the major resources that we trade in any marketplace. And for knowledge-based businesses, it is real. If you can understand these three things, you can make amazing money. There's someone who was telling me, Apuuli, why don't you do events? And I was telling them, it is not my business model for starters, but also I've appreciated these three factors that I can make more money than being everywhere. How does it work? What do I mean? Time is the only limited resource here. Always remember, never trade time for money. Of course, all of us, when we are starting out in employment, we trade our time for money. We sell our time for money. If you want to start creating wealth and doing a successful business venture, you need to appreciate that it is the other way around. You should always trade money for time. I'm going to challenge all of you to read a book called Buy Back Time by Dan Mattel. That said, we have the second called value. This is your ability to do something that solves someone's problem. That is value. If you cannot solve anyone's problem, you're of no value. Your presence is not valuable. Your beauty is not valuable unless it sells someone's t-shirt. In that case, it's valuable. The last one is money. Money is a currency of exchange. It's a resource that can be used to buy value and sometimes, most times, time. But you need to appreciate that we use time to deliver value to get money. I'm going to repeat that again. We use time to deliver value to get money. But if it's time that we are supposed to use to deliver value to get money, that would mean if you can master how to use this time, you can make a lot of money. But the problem is the time is limited. What is the solution? I want to give you three principles that you're going to put in your head. And at the end, you appreciate how you can apply it in your business, especially knowledge-based business. Principle number one, we are primarily paid for value, not time in the marketplace. I said primarily. Some of you are trading your own time for value. We have a very big mistake that we make. We assume that we are paid from 8 to 5. And you know how I know? Most people that take up my program, and I tell them my public speaking program only runs for 6 weeks and only 5 physical sessions, they always say, but that's little time for 500,000. Hey, is it the value you're looking for or the time I'm spending with you? Are you looking for me to help you overcome the fear of public speaking? Speak with clarity and structure and speak without forgetting what you're going to say, or you just want to spend time with me? When we still have the employee mentality, we look at time. From today, I want to remind you, we are primarily paid for value, not time. That is why in your same workplace, there's someone who earns more than you, is paid more than you, is richer than you, yet you work more than him, work harder than him, spend more time with the organization than him. Or maybe you spend the same time. You have the same bachelor's. It is not the time we are paying for. Otherwise, we would have just brought the border rider to sit in your office. Time we all have, even when it's limited. But the value you can deliver in the time with us is what we pay for. That is why there's someone we perceive that is of a higher value that we pay more than we pay you. There's someone who can solve a problem that you can't solve that we pay higher. There are places I've spoken for an hour and I'm paid 4 million, 2 million, 3 million. Some of you, that is your pay for a month. That is what you're praying to earn in a month. The point is, always remember, we are primarily paid for value. So instead of trying to increase the time you spend at an organization because you want to work extra and so on, increase your value. What you can do that can solve a problem, whether in a workplace or in the marketplace. Principle number 2, wealth creation begins when we increase the value that we can deliver in the shortest time possible at the highest price possible. That what you can do and solve people's problem is increased, and you can do it in the shortest time possible without spending a lot of time, and you earn more money from it. For instance, for the last decade and for the hundreds of people I've trained, finally I've come up with a framework that helps people speak with clarity and overcome the fear of public speaking in only 6 weeks. And it's guaranteed. We have published a book called Voice Command that helps people with that framework. Shortest time possible, highest value, price. Now, I'm increasing my prices. I used to sell my course at 250,000. It's now 500,000. Next year, it's going to be 1 million shillings. Ugandan shillings. That's what I'm talking about. So, that is the second principle. Principle number 3, never ask for the cost, ask for the value. Never the cost, but the value. I've seen most people, those who run businesses and those who are looking for value in something, they always ask for the cost. How much is it? I was speaking to some participants in my programs and I was telling them, how many of you have people that I've employed out of need? And they said they have all employed people out of need. And then I asked, how many of you have not employed particular people, even when you think they're of value to your organization, but just because you're trying to reduce cost? And everyone put up their hand. Wrong. Instead of asking, when I employ 10 people, they're going to take a lot of money from me. Ask yourself, when I employ 10 people, how much more are they going to bring for me? Some of you, I'm going to request you that if you're interested for me to help you discover your genius in a 5 days challenge, free, one-on-one, 30 minutes every day, you're going to comment and we shall follow up with details, or you're going to click interested here and we shall follow up and arrange your one-on-one with me. But here's the thing. It's not me who's going to call you. It's not me who's going to respond to your comments. It's not me who's going to respond to your inbox. I have someone who's going to do that. I did not ask myself the cost of bringing him on board. I asked myself the value. And the last illustration, I recently made a decision that I need to hire a chauffeur, a driver. And a friend of mine was disagreeing with me. And then I told him, you imagine I'm going to be in traffic jam at least 2 hours on a daily. But every video I make, lowest, it can give me 1 client. Even if it gives me 1 client of public speaking, let's say public speaking, and it's only $100, I literally need only 2 videos to be made to give me 2 clients to get me enough money to pay the chauffeur. Because in Uganda, chauffeurs are paid between $100 and $200. That is between 300,000 and 650,000. We don't even get to 700,000. Now, and then I asked them, if I am seated in the car for those 2 hours, can I actually make those 2 videos? So I told him, do you realize that I have 2 hours times 30 days? It means I've bought back 60 hours in my month. How many emails can I respond to? How many clients can I attend to? How many videos can I make when I am seated and someone is driving? But also, how many books can I read in 60 hours? Always look at the value and not the cost. If I can teach you how to make money from your knowledge in only 5 days, or in only 14 days, or in only 30 days, even if I charge you 5 million, do not ask yourself, 5 million or $2,000? No, ask yourself, if you paid me $2,000, what I am teaching you, can it make you $3,000? Because the moment it can make you that money, the moment it can make you 1,000 more, even if it's $100 more, it is worth paying for, because that means it's going to make you $100 more for the rest of your life. Always look at the value and then note the cost. So that is about the major factors and principles in the marketplace, especially of the knowledge-based business. If you found any value here, please share. And if you want to join our challenge, don't forget to do what I told you. If you have any question, put in the comments. Thank you.